welcome to the Coronation Street collection. This series of programmes has given me the opportunity to take a special look at some of the individual characters who live in and around the street. This time I want to concentrate on Alec Gilroy. Alec has always been one of my favourites ever since he first entered street life in the early 70s, when he was trying to earn an honest crust on the fringes of show business. He dropped into the Rover's Return one day, and while he was having a quiet pint, an old client of his happened by.
Hello there.
Alec Gilroy! What a surprise! What are you doing round here?
Oh, I felt the need as I was driving past, so I popped in. Will you have one with me?
Why not?
Still vodka and lime?
As ever. Don't change much, do I?
No, you don't. You know, you could have been big, love. Very big.
Oh, yeah. My father's ducks laid rubies.
Vodka and lime, please.
Excuse me, do I know you from somewhere?
Doubt it.
What I did?
Get him in. Come on then, Stanley, say your piece.
Hey?
What he was going to say, only he's too shy. 3 pints on me.
That right, Stan?
Go. Thank you very much, Stanley.
You know, what I like about Stanley is he never needs any prompting.
Cheers, love. May your fox fur turn to mink.
Haven't even got a fox fur.
What are you up to these days?
Nothing. What about you?
Oh, I've moved up in the world, love.
Yeah, I thought there was something different about you. Slight air of prosperity. Only very slight, mind.
Yes, I'm saving up for a new suit any day now.
What's the big new deal, then?
Oh, I've only got into management, that's all.
Mean you're an agent?
From compere cum dog's body to agent overnight. I took over Joe Blunstone's business when he died. I've got over 100 acts on my books.
I didn't know Joe died.
Yeah, I got K-Lied once too often and his liver packed up.
Poor old Joe. He were a character. I can still see him now in that brown bowler.
Look, let's talk about the living, love. You and me.
Oh, come on, Alec. All that's behind me.
I meant it, you know, when I said you could have been big.
What as? Shop assistant, which is what I am now, by the way.
As a singer. I could find you work tonight.
No, thanks.
Well, think about it. The bright lights, the applause, the fellas.
Don't you mean the dingy dressing rooms, the 4-letter words, and the mauling drunks?
Pays better than shop assisting.
That's true enough. I'll think about it.
Sometime later, when Bet was running the Rover's Return, Alec was in the position to help her when she was thinking of introducing a little cabaret act to draw in the customers. She, of course, was of help to him when he was fired from the graffiti club by supporting him when he told people that he'd resigned. Bet's interest in Alec at this time may have been purely business, but it struck a responsive chord in him.
Don't say a word, Alec.
See what I mean? Second year peers.
Straight to the optics.
Double gushing of Irish, must be off a rocker. Breaks my flipping heart to see it, Betty.
There you go.
Yeah, that's very decent of you. What's the occasion? I've only just popped in to drop this off.
Oh, aye.
Aye, it's that poster for Marvello the Magician. Have you ever seen out like that, eh? Thrills, spills, and comedy too. Still, it's colourful, I suppose, in a garish sort of way.
Don't waffle, Alec.
I'm not waffling. Cheers.
Cheers.
By the way, I've relinquished the reins across the road.
Relinquished.
What did I tell you?
Sacked, I heard.
Ah, well, that's the one constant fact about gossip, is that it's invariably wrong. No, divided loyalties, they chose to call it, which was a polite way of saying they had noticed I was working for myself 99% of the time and twiddling my thumbs the rest, which I couldn't deny because it's absolutely true.
Well, just so long as you're not miserable, Alec.
Miserable? Why should I be miserable? I'm not exactly out of work, am I? Doing all the bookings for Newton and Ridley. And quite frankly, I wouldn't like to be across the road when last quarter's phone bill drops on my map. No, it's too much hassle for me running a boozer. I don't know how you stick it.
Is that right? You're not interested in running a boozing emporium anymore, then?
Who rattled your cage?
Get your nose out, Jack. You've said more than enough for one day.
Oh, this is the blubber chops, is it?
Just an healthy curiosity, that's all. So is it right, then? Too much hassle?
That's what I said, isn't it? Have enough on my plate, freelance booking.
Fantastic.
Oh, I get it. You're after being my replacement, are you? Good idea, Jacko. I know they're after somebody with nothing to lose.
No, I don't want to leave here. I flipping love it, me. You love it. Happy as a flipping sandboy. No, I love it here. Yes, pal, yes.
You know, it's sad, isn't it, really?
It is sad.
Anyway, look, I'll have to be going. People to meet, deals to be done, as I say. Display this in a prominent position, will you, love?
Go on, get off with you. Get off.
And would you believe that? Alex Higgins flukes the blue for good measure. And now it's definitely all over.
17.
Who is it?
It's me, Alec.
Flipping heck, Alec. You scared me half to death. What are you doing here at this time?
Well, I'm just on my way back from Didsbury, actually. I saw your light on, and I have been to see Big Malcolm and his music machine. Big Malcolm, it was a bloke built like a budgie, warbling standards to a backing track. Hey, you did it. Hey, he emptied the place in seconds.
Hey, are you a bit tiddly, Alec?
I am a bit, I suppose. He did a very generous line in creeping, did our Malcolm, so I hung about a bit. He got me oiled enough to tell him the truth about his act, actually. By gum, he didn't half get maudlin then. Mind you, it didn't stop him getting them in.
Well, is that what you've come to tell me?
No, well, as I say, I saw your light on, and I just wanted to give you this.
Oh, that's lovely, Alec.
I thought you might like it. And I don't like to see a woman with one of them disposable efforts. I hate how disposable.
Found it down back of one of graffiti seats, did you?
Hey, dear man, there's 4 nights commission there.
Are you going away, Alec?
I've no plans to, no.
Oh, good. I'm glad.
Oh, good. I'm glad you're glad.
Well, what exactly is this in aid of, then?
Well, it means thanks for being a pal. I mean about the sacking thing, you know.
Oh, you mean the relinquishing of the reins thing?
Yeah. It was a bit of a blow. Well, not much, but... Anyway, thanks for letting me crow about it. Thanks for being a pal, and... Well, if it means any more to you than that, it's up to you, I suppose. Good night, Ben. Well, actually, it applied to be very nice.
How are you today?
I'm on top of the world. Feel like a young man again.
Oh, not too young, I hope. I'll not be able to serve you there.
No, I feel as though life's beginning to open up for me. I got out of that graffiti joint, and business is starting to take off, and then there's other, more personal things.
Right.
Aye, which is why I'd like to celebrate tonight. Let's go and paint the town, eh? What do you say?
Tonight?
Oh, it's got to be. I can't wait till tomorrow. Come on, say yes.
Yes. Whoops. Was that me saying that?
Do you know, I think it was.
She's off out again with him tonight.
He obviously wants to get full use out of his lighter.
Hey, I'll tell you what, it's not so warm out there.
Oh, hey, it's not sorted here.
Hey, don't worry, we'll soon have it warmed up.
Oh. Hey, what was that joke that comedian told?
Which one?
You know, that one I said I wanted to remember.
I don't know, do I? Hey, he wasn't bad though, was he? Had some good material.
Oh.
He knew how to work an audience.
Dear.
Oh, thank you very much.
Oh,
Well, here's to us.
to us.
Enjoyed yourself?
Do you know I have, Alec? I really have.
So, we get on all right, you and me, don't we?
Birds of a feather.
Suppose we are a bit when you get down to it. In fact, I'd like to think that we might, well, we might have a future together.
We might.
I mean, you don't meet many people in this life, do you, that you can really get on with it? At least I don't. Oh, I can talk to folk. I mean, talk to anybody, really.
Well, you have to in our line, don't you? Pubs, clubs.
Yeah, but I mean, there's not many where there's a real affinity, you know, a real understanding, and I think we've got that somehow.
Talking about pubs, I know one thing.
What's that?
I'm glad we didn't meet up 5 years ago.
Why do you say that? Although I must admit, I feel younger now than I did 5 years ago. It was a bad time for me 5 years ago. But I'm sorry I interrupted. Go on.
Well, I was only a barmaid then, wasn't I?
Yeah.
Well, wouldn't have had the same attraction, would I? I mean, come on, be honest.
You are joking, aren't you?
No, I'm telling the truth, Alec. There's no need to be scared of the truth. All troopers like us. We're hardly Romeo and flipping Juliet, are we? No. I mean, straight with you, Alec. I want you to be straight with me.
I don't believe this.
Well, I mean, now I'm a landlady, well, sort of. And you must be aware of that. I know I would be in your shoes, and, like we said, two of a kind.
You think I'm after you because of the pub?
No, all I'm saying, it comes into it where I'd be daft if it didn't.
Well, it's not true.
Oh, 5 years ago, you wouldn't have looked at me twice, admit it.
Look, I think I better go, Bet.
Hey, why? What's up?
What's up? What's up is I've grown very fond of you, Bet.
Yes, same here.
No, of you. Not the landlady of the Rovers, of you.
Well, it don't matter then, forget it.
What do you mean, doesn't matter? No, come on, you think I've been dishonest with you.
No.
Well, I haven't, Bet. I don't want this pub, I never have. It's you I wanted.
Well, I haven't changed.
No, but I have.
Alec!
That was to be the hallmark of their relationship for many years to come. Heady romance, followed by misunderstanding, followed by heady romance. But through it all, there was a genuine affection, if not love, for one another. When their journey to the altar did finally start in earnest, it began in a most unlikely fashion. They do say neither a lender nor a borrower be, but neither Bet nor Alec heeded this advice when they joined forces to acquire the tenancy of the Rovers' Return. Although the road to wedded bliss was never going to be smooth, some of the bumps took Alec by surprise.
Well, seems like you're in a bit of a bind then, love.
Well, I suppose you could say that, yeah. Considering by this time next month I could find myself without a roof over my head.
So, how can I help?
That 12,000 quid.
That would be the 12,000 I offered and you threw back in my face, would it?
That's the one. Is it still on offer?
You do realise, of course, that I will want some sort of return on it. I mean, all right, it was offered originally purely out of friendship, of course, but nevertheless, business is still business.
Well, what sort of return did you have in mind? Not the arm and the leg that the bank had in mind, I hope.
Oh, good Lord, no. Shall we say 10% payable over a period to be agreed?
Oh, I think I could live with that.
Right. You're on, then.
Oh, thanks, Alec. You're a little belter, honestly.
Well, what are friends for if it's not for times like these? Oh, just one other thing while we're still at it.
Oh, yeah.
I see no reason, do you, why anyone should know the details of our little arrangement, least of all Newton and Ridley.
Well, if that's the way you want it.
It is, love. There's one thing I can't stand, it's the world and his girlfriend knowing my business. So, here's to it then.
Cheers, and thanks again, kid.
Like I say, what are friends for?
I still think you're out of your mind.
Betty, you're worrying about nothing, honestly.
Nothing? 12,000 quid?
Evening, ladies.
Alec.
I've got something for you.
Oh, you've been writing me little notes again, have you?
12,000 of them, actually.
Well, now them are the little sort of notes I like getting. Can I?
Well, somewhere a bit more private, I think, eh?
Right, come on through, will you, Alec?
Right.
Now then, what's going on?
Oh, how do I know?
A meeting?
That's right.
Well, a meeting who with?
My solicitor.
What about?
Well, our little deal, of course.
Oh, well, I thought you wanted that kept strictly private between the two of us.
Well, yes, of course I do, love. But, I mean, it's hardly the sort of thing I can keep from my own solicitor. I mean, look, it's no big deal. It's just that I can't go chucking that sort of money around without having something proper drawn up on paper about it, can I?
You do trust me, I hope, Alec.
But if I didn't trust you, I'd hardly be lending it to you, would I?
Trust. Now there's a word. Alec's trust was soon to be stretched to the limit, and he was to regret asking Bet not to let Newton and Ridley know about their arrangement.
Oh, no.
Look, I know it's a private letter, Alec, but we are worried, and anything you can tell us...
She's gone.
What?
She's gone. Done a bunk. Scarpered. Why couldn't she have said something, the stupid woman?
Why?
Yeah, read it yourself, why not? It'll be common knowledge soon enough.
Was she all right?
Dear Alec, I don't know where I'll be by the time you read this, but it won't be anywhere near Weatherfield. The fact is, I can't manage to make the Rovers pay and never will be able to. Even worse, I can't face you and everybody else, knowing you've all been right and I've been wrong from the word go. I'm sorry about the money. I always have been a loser, and I should never have asked you to back me. Ah, love Bet.
Oh, heck.
I'd have helped her. I mean, I would. I mean, I'd have altered the repayments, anything.
Yeah. Yeah, we know you would, Alec. It's not your fault.
Thanks ever so. Did you see your solicitor, pal, then?
Yes, I did indeed, Betty, and a very interesting half hour it was and all.
What did he say? I mean, does he think you'll get your money back?
Well, and this is strictly between us, of course. According to him, the whole thing is a legal minefield. Those were his words. Absolute minefield.
What does that mean?
It means whoever puts a foot wrong stands to get his leg blown off, doesn't it? Yeah. See, if it comes to court, I mean, it could make legal history. Might even go all the way to the House of Lords.
What, you're going to go to court?
Well, not if I can help it, no. And I mean, I'm damn sure Newton and Ridley won't want that. I mean, it'd be very bad for them, you know, the publicity. No, I'm confident they'll settle it immediately, you know.
You hope?
Oh, it's more than a hope, Betty. I'm seeing the brewery at 3 o'clock this afternoon. And this time I'm not seeing Master Ridley, Boy Wonder. This time I'm seeing the engineer, not the oil rag. Cecil Newton. Between us, Cecil, I wasn't very impressed by your young Master Ridley. You see, to me, it's no good sending a lad on a man's errand.
These young lads, they think they know it all. Cheers.
Cheers.
I knew he'd seen you. He did a memo on your chat. A very full and frank memo.
Yeah, well, you can ignore all that because, in my view, he didn't even grasp the position. I mean, he doesn't realise the trouble this sort of thing could cause for Newton and Ridley.
The trouble is, Alec, it's all a bit complicated legally.
Legally, yes, legally. I mean, my solicitor said that. Did I mention I was phoning from his office when I spoke to you this morning?
Yes, you did. Twice.
Yes, well, of course, he said it's legal dynamite.
The best legal advice you'll ever get, Alec, is stay out of legal proceedings, because once you go into court, the only people who come out with any money are lawyers.
Right. No, Cess, no. I don't want to have to take Newton and Ridley to court. Cheers.
Mind you, having said that, Newton and Ridley are in a damn sight better position to pay lawyers than you, Alec. We've got a deeper purse than you have, old lad.
Cecil, that sounds a bit like a threat. I didn't expect that kind of thing from an old pal.
I wasn't threatening you, Alec. Far from it. I thought you were threatening us.
Me threaten you? Give over.
Oh, I see. Well, that's progress, isn't it? We both know we're not being threatened. Cheers.
Oh, cheers. No, I don't want any unpleasantness, Cess. No, I just want Newton and Ridley to do what is right.
That leaves us with, what are we going to do about the pub? We'd like you to go in there, Alec.
You're on. Believe me, I shall make that place into...
Not as tenant. No. We're not sure the tenancy is ours to dispose of. That'll be between our legal lads and Bet Lynch.
So what is it you're offering me, then?
Temporary manager. You'll be in there, Alec. You'll be looking after your own interest as well as ours. It's an offer made in good faith. We can't say fairer than that.
Just manager? Temporary manager at that?
It's the best we can do. Take it or leave it.
Thanks for nothing, Cess. I don't wish you any harm, personally, but I hope your golf swing warps.
Oh, nasty that, Alec, nasty.
I suppose she's swanning about one of the flesh pots of Europe. Like Marbella?
Torremolinos, actually. She's working in some kind of bar.
Thanks, Cess. I take back all I said about your golf swing. Just hope your driver gets woodworm.
Don't go doing anything silly now, Alec.
Having wheedled Bet's whereabouts out of the brewery, Alec was determined to find her. Once he had established himself as the temporary manager at the Rovers, Alec felt he could tell the staff about Bet and make plans to go to Spain to look for her. When he was in Spain, Alec made a decision that was to surprise the folks back home as much as anything that had happened so far.
Oh, I wish you wouldn't do that.
The other two have gone, have they?
Just...
I wish they were as quick off the mark when they're serving as they are when they're going home. I'll just lock up.
What about me? I've got to go home too, you know.
You can go out the back way.
Alec, what news was it you had to tell me?
surfaced.
Oh, where is she?
Torremolinos.
Spain.
Unless it's broken off and fallen into the sea under the weight of English ale cans.
Has she written to you?
Yeah, she wouldn't have the nerve to do that, no, not to me, to the brewery.
Oh, is she all right?
Well, you usually are if you're basking under a Mediterranean sun. I mean, you're a lot better off than you're being not end.
Oh, so is she coming back or not?
Well, of course, I'm not privy to that information. To worm it out of Cecil Newton exactly where she was, and she run off with my money, my life savings.
Yes, so you keep saying, Alec. But what's happening as far as the pub's concerned? You know, the tenancy.
Well, it's all been sorted, according to Cecil, with one vital exception, of course.
What?
I don't get my money till they pay bet out. And she's in bloody Torremolinos working in a bar, would you believe? I mean, is there no justice in the world? Well, not for me, obviously. I mean, what harm have I ever done anybody?
Oh, you'll get your money from bet, Alec. I'm sure you will.
I wish I had your blind, simple faith in human nature, Gloria.
Spain, eh? The crafty devil. I'd love to see it.
Funny you should say that.
Why?
So would I.
You'll get your money.
Ah, but there's nothing like a bit of insurance, like being able to hold your hand out the day a cheque arrives.
What, you thinking of going to Spain?
Past the thinking stage, I'm going.
Well, do you know where she's living in Torremolinos?
No, but I'll find her. I mean, she hardly looks like a native Spaniard, does she? Unless she's taken to wearing a mantilla and clacking castanets.
And you're only going for your money, are you, Alec?
Well, there is a mystery I'd like to solve. If it was me she took a powder from or just her debts. I'd like to know the answer to that. Oh, ciao, ciao. Hang on a minute. Memento. Have you ever seen her before?
Margaret Thatcher.
Margaret Thatcher? Does it look like Margaret Thatcher? I don't know, if you screw your eyes up and knock a few years off, I suppose. But anyway, look, have you seen her? She's supposed to be working in one of the bars around here.
There is many bar in Torremolinos.
Don't I bloody know it? I see.
Egg, chips and beans, that was yours, wasn't it, Cock? And double egg, sausage, chips and beans. It'll put hairs on your chest, will that lot? Mind you, I can see you've got plenty already. You growing it to hide a tattoo or what? I'll take these glasses, love.
Hello, Bet. Long time no see, eh?
Oh, my God.
Right. You've got a lot of explaining to do.
Do you know there's a much nicer place just up the road?
Look, I'm not here for the views or the good of my health.
How did you know where to find me?
I'll ask the questions. You just worry about the answers.
Ah, Newton and Ridley, it must have been. They're the only people I've written to from here.
Yeah. Huh. Didn't write to me, did you?
Well, I mean, I had to write to George Newton, didn't I? You know, to apologise for all the trouble I must have caused him.
No, aye. Never mind the trouble you've caused me.
Oh, do give over whinging, will you, Alec? Anyway, I did write to you. I wrote your note on the day I left. Did you not get it?
All that? Oh, aye. I got that all right. As upsetting a communication as I've ever received. And when I say that, I'm not forgetting one or two right little steamers from the lads at the Inland Revenue.
Well, I did say I was sorry, didn't I? I mean, I couldn't tell you how I was feeling. I was at the end of my tether, a snapping point. I had to get out the Rovers. If I hadn't, they'd have carried me out screaming. I'm telling you, Alec, when I got off that plane at this end, I was in a bad way. Fetch us 2 beers, will you, Cot?
So you've managed to master the language?
I'm telling you the God's honest truth, Alec. I just had to get out of the Rovers. I couldn't stand it anymore. Because, you see, the money I had coming in wouldn't keep up with the money that I had to pay out.
Well, then you should have turned to me. You should have said something.
What could I have said? Except I failed. I thought I could do it. I had a go. And I failed. By heck. There'd have been some happy faces in the Rovers that night, wouldn't there? So, I went and got on a plane to this place. I've been here before, you know, on holiday. It was a place I've been happy in. Seemed like a good idea. Anyway, one night I went into Mac's bar. Got talking. One thing led to another. And he said if I wanted a job, I could have it.
Oh, very cosy, I must say. Never mind the trouble you caused. Never mind what happened to me.
I always knew I'd be going back, you know. I've no intention of stopping here forever.
Oh, yeah? And when would that have been?
When I'd had enough. When the season's finished. When somebody shot me for having no work permit. I don't know, what does it matter?
You know damn well why. Like, for instance, 10,000 good reasons tucked away in Newton and Ridley's bank account, my money, plus the other 2,000 I were daft enough to lend you.
You'll get it back. As soon as I sign that tenancy over, and they give it to me, I'll give it to you. And your other 2,000. It's still in the bank at home.
It is?
Yes, it is. My money's all gone. All my savings. But yours is still sitting there, earning a bit of interest. So you can stop sweating, you'll get it back. So, they're giving you the tenancy. You're to be the next landlord of the Rovers.
Aye, it's all settled.
Well, it's what you've always wanted, that, isn't it? Your name up over your own pub, where mine used to be. I wish you better luck than I have.
Well, though I say it myself, I've done very well in the Rovers the last couple of months. Though the brewery know they're getting a good man.
Oh, aye, you'll do well. You're the type. And at least you'll not be starting off with a load of debt round your neck. That's what sunk me.
Yeah, well, I intend to make it the best little pub in the borough, Bet. You've got to grab your chances in life. This is mine.
Well, I had my chance and I blew it, didn't I? I'll not get my own pub again. Not even as a manager. Blotted me copybook once too often this time, haven't I?
You said it, not me. Don't mind me asking, but I am asking as a friend. Have you thought what you'll do once you get back?
What's there to think about? My future's all mapped out, isn't it? I'll get a job behind a bar somewhere as a barmaid. Till I drop and my feet give out, working for somebody else for the rest of my life.
Well, if you played your cards right, there is a way you could still have somebody else working for you. Me, for instance. And there is a way you could still have the Rovers.
What are you on about? How do you mean I could still have the Rovers?
It's obvious. If you were the landlord's wife, you could walk back in the place with your head high. Still be Queen of the May.
Oh, you care-lied. You've been on booze since breakfast time, you, haven't you?
I'm sober enough. I'm serious and all. I'm offering you marriage, Bet.
Oh, now give over.
No, go on, think about it. Just think about it. It's not a bad offer. And it's a genuine one. It makes a lot of sense. It'd suit me nicely, and like I say, you'd still be boss at the Rovers.
Do you know, I think you really mean it.
Certainly, I mean it. I'm offering you marriage.
Pardon me for saying this, but I don't think I heard you mention the word love or anything similar. Did I miss it?
I'm not the exhibitionist type, but come to think of it, I don't think I even said I love my own mother. So, what do you say? I'm asking you to marry me. What's your answer?
Well, I must say it's grand to have my size 4s back on good old English soil again.
Glad to be back, then.
Well, I'm not a gypsy, me. I mean, your sun and sangria's all very well, but give me a nice cuppa and a good old northern drizzle any time.
Bonnie, I thought you were a bit quiet on the plane.
Exhaustion, cock. I mean, bar works longer hours over there than it is here. No, I'll be fine once I get home and get my feet up.
Have you thought what you're going to tell them?
Tell who what?
Well, mates, customers. There's been a lot of speculation.
Alec, lover. They've been speculating about me for as long as they've known me. It's when I stop giving them something to speculate about. That's when they'll start worrying.
Yeah, you're right. It's none of their damn business anyway. Weatherfield, mate. Coronation Street. It's just off Rossington Street.
Very good.
You've done the right thing, you know, Bet. You and me are a winning team.
And we're coming home with all flags flying.
You bet, sweetheart.
Wedding bells did finally ring for Alec and Bet, but not before some last-minute doubts on Alec's part. It was the things people said that made him wonder. People like Jack Duckworth or Mike Baldwin.
Morning, boss. Not left the country, then?
Jack, do me a favour. Don't play the comic today. All the wedding jokes have been told and you only know the crummy ones anyway.
Aye, feeling a bit grumpy. Are we nervous? You're bound to be. Listen, I'll give you a bit of advice, boss. The secret is to get the missus pushing the pram as soon as ever you can.
You reckon?
Listen, happiest days of my married life, that. When I was Terry with a baby. I'll do that for you. Well, our Vera had her hands full with our Terry, you see. Didn't have no time to make my life a misery. You want to get Bet's name down in that pudding club. Between you and me, you won't exactly have to bend her arm in that department, do you know what I mean?
And how would you know that?
Just instinct. I'll go and open up for you, shall I?
Instinct or first-hand experience, my old mate?
Do you like a dress?
No, I don't very much so now.
I mean, either.
You're late.
It's bride's privilege.
And another thing.
What?
How well do you know Jack Duckworth?
Good afternoon. Could you come closer and we'll start tying the knot. We have come together in the presence of God to witness the marriage of Elizabeth and Alexander, to ask his blessing on them, and to share in their joy.
I receive this ring as a sign of our marriage.
With my body, I honor you. All that I am, I give to you.
With my body, I honor you. All that I am, I give to you.
And all that I have, I share with you.
And all that I have, I share with you.
Within the love of God, Father, Son, and Holy Spirit.
Within the love of God, Father, Son, and Holy Spirit.
In the presence of God and before this congregation, Elizabeth and Alexander have given their consent and made their marriage vows to each other. They have declared their marriage by the joining of hands and by the giving and receiving of a ring. I therefore proclaim that they are husband and wife. That which God has joined together, let man not divide.
Well, go on. Kiss me.
Now, let us go to the registrar outside.
It was a lovely ceremony.
Now, Hilda, you'll only make your nose red.
Oh, congratulations to both of you.
Thank you, Betty, love.
Thanks.
Nice one, Bet. Oh, there were no to it either. Whether Alec?
No.
Congratulations, Lint. You never thought I'd manage it, did you, Fairclough?
No, I did not.
Much happiness, Bet.
Thanks, kids.
I hope you have a better life in the future than you've had in the past.
Why, thank you, Michael.
What do you mean by that?
What is the matter with you?
Well, Mr. Gilroy. Yes, Gilroy.
Hey, is Alec feeling all right? He's looking a bit woebegone.
Yeah. The withdrawal symptoms. Well, I suddenly realised he's no longer a single man.
Have you got one good word to say for marriage?
Divorce.
Oh, no, I can't.
Hey, Hilda. They look better together than I thought they would. Yeah, I think he'd have been better off wearing them cube heels, though, for the photographs.
Oh, I've never seen you working as hard before, Duck Egg.
Cast your good deeds upon the water, Samuel. That's my motto, lad.
Where is everybody?
So you're still nursing the same half now? Where's Duckworth? Helping make your catering's been doing no else.
Here's one for the ladies, Jack, isn't it?
What is it with you and Jack Duckworth?
Not me and Jack Duckworth. It's you and Jack Duckworth.
Well, I thought we'd have been met with shannies on a tray. I mean, that's what you get at proper functions.
It's champers, and it's waiting in the living room for you, Hilda.
Oh.
Come on through, the lot of you. I'm waiting for an answer.
You tell me.
Here comes the bride.
Now there's a sight for empty belly.
Hey, Duckworth, you're supposed to be the other side of that bar.
I've been helping Dad pour the champagne, haven't I, darling?
Darling, do you know this lady's full name? Shall I introduce you?
Well, if it isn't the blight of my life.
If it isn't my darling hobby. Right, Jack, if you'll just shut your gob, we can make a start. Everybody got a glass?
Thank you. Right then. When everybody's primed, it'll be my duty to say a few appropriate words.
Must do.
Hey, the bar.
All right, I'm going.
Well, now, what can I say?
Well, not too much, because I'm hungry.
I have known my old mate Alec here for more years than either of us care to remember, eh? And to be honest...
For the first time in his life.
I never thought I'd see him in this situation. Married. I mean, I thought I'd talked him out of it. Thanks, lads. I'm glad somebody around here's got a sense of humour.
Come on, Charlie, there's a good lad. The bubbles in this champagne are supposed to go up your nose, not into thin air.
Here, here.
But then the gorgeous Miss Lynch appeared with all her charms, and my poor old mate here went gaga on me. Now, that is not a pretty sight in a grown man, I'm telling you. Unfortunately, there is only one cure. Marriage. So my poor old mate went and got himself finally hitched, didn't he? Still, he can't grumble, can he? He's had more free time on the prairie than the rest of us put together. So, ladies and gents, I ask you to raise your glasses and drink with me a toast to the bride and the groom. Oh, and for those of you who are religiously inclined, you can say a little prayer as well, eh? The bride and groom. The bride and groom. There you go.
That was a funny kind of wedding speech.
I'm going to have a few words from the groom.
Well, he told me we were.
Go.
Well, like Charlie says, Bet and me are hitched, and it's as much a surprise to me as it is to him. But it's a very nice surprise, and one I've been looking forward to ever since I first met her. What more can a middle-aged chap with fat hairy legs say?
Really.
All I'd like to say is the grub's there to be scoffed.
Hey, that's the best thing I've heard today.
Let's dive in then, eh? Get
You eating?
No, not at the moment. I just have a nice drink.
Yeah, I think I'll leave it for now.
That was a lovely little speech, Alec. Thank you.
And then I'll have something.
I meant every word of it, Bet.
There's nothing going on between me and Jack Duckworth, if that's what's bothering you. Or anybody else, for that matter. And as for the past, I'm not wearing white today, but then neither are you.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sorry, it's just somebody he said. Got a bit jealous.
I should hope
Come
so.
on, let's go sit down.
Well, that was Jack sorted out, but people just wouldn't leave Alec alone. Next it was Alf Roberts stirring up the green-eyed monster.
Well, Mrs. Gilroy?
Very, thank you, Mrs. Fairclough.
Have you enjoyed yourself like you said you would?
I have, yeah, Glove.
Do you know there's just one thing worrying me?
What's that?
Anybody told you about the facts of life?
Hey, I was told them sitting on co-op steps, love, when I was 12.
Well, that's all right, then.
Anyway, I better get off, Alec. Get like this champagne of yours, you know, that won't do. Not with my overheads, eh? Yeah, she's a grand lass's Bet, you know, and I should know. Well, I mean, she was my lodger for years, you know. Aye, we're the best of mates, me and Bet. She's a diamond, is Bet.
Yes, I know, Alf. Done very well for myself today. Very well.
Getting Alec to the altar was one thing, but getting him to go on a honeymoon was another. Running the Rovers was a full-time job for both of them, and time just slipped by. Finally, Bet had had enough, and a holiday became a necessity, but Alec was a hard man to budge.
Give us half a lager. No, I went shopping, you know, then I called in travel agents and got some brochures while I was passing. But I might as well just stick them in the bin for all chance I ever persuade now Jack to take me anywhere.
He loves his own too much, Vera.
Yeah.
Thank you, smack on 38. Talking about holidays. Well, we are now. Don't I remember you once promising me a honeymoon somewhere in foreign parts?
Were there any witnesses?
All right, don't call it a honeymoon if you don't want. Why don't we get off on holiday somewhere together? Get off somewhere warm.
Yes, we will. Sometime.
When, though?
Well, I mean, we've got to be realistic. We can't just up and away and leave this place to run itself, can we?
Well, we can always get somebody in. Oh, go on, Alec, please.
No, there's the agency. I can hardly get anyone in to run that, can I? Besides, I'm not a holiday person, Beth.
I am. Hadn't you noticed? I was made to lie around on beaches.
Look, there's customers want serving. All right, I tell you what. After we've closed,
Yeah.
get yourself down to that hairdresser's on the precinct and book yourself half an hour on the sunbed. It'll get it out of your system.
Hey.
You're not asleep because you're not blowing bubbles.
Huh? Where have you been all afternoon?
Out.
That's a very childish answer, if you don't mind me saying so, Bet. It's what teenagers say when they're going through a rebellious phase.
I'm going through a rebellious phase.
What have you got to be rebellious about? Queen of all you survey, an attentive, generous husband?
Not attentive or generous enough to take me away on my honeymoon. A long-delayed honeymoon at that.
Look, I'll take you on honeymoon. In the spring. Well, late spring. Anywhere you want to go, within reason. Anywhere where there's a good cup of tea.
Promise?
Absolutely.
You'll let me run berserk with my credit cards for a day if you renege on me?
I mean, come on, that's a bit strong.
Alec?
All right, yes, good.
Right. But in the meantime, I shall just have to make do with a fortnight in Morocco.
What?
I'm going to Morocco for a fortnight with Stella Rigby. We've booked it this afternoon.
You are not going to Morocco. Not with Stella Rigby or any other flaming Rigby.
Page 32 in the brochure. Not the 3-star hotel, the 5-star. The one with 2 of everything. Including the bill, I shouldn't wonder.
Yeah, but...
Page 32. It's a beautiful picture. And you like pictures, don't you? Better than the real thing. Isn't that what you said?
Good for her. I mean, he went off on his own. Why shouldn't she if she fancies it?
Oh, she's not going on her own. She's going with Stella Rigby.
Stella Rigby?
From what I've seen, she's a bit of a madam.
I mean, of all the people to pick to go on holiday with, Stella flaming Rigby.
Be fair, it was you I picked to go on holiday with, only you turned me down.
No, now, come on,
It was a honeymoon I wanted, Alec. And that being the case, you as my husband were first choice as roommates.
Look, we'll have a honeymoon one of these days.
Oh, aye. We'll combine it with our retirement round the world cruise. And I know you. By the time we have a honeymoon, you'll be too old to take advantage of me and I'll have given up grumbling.
Look, all I'm telling you is we'll have a holiday later on.
I want a break now.
But it's not convenient right now. We'll get away this summer if you'll just wait your sweat.
I want the sweat now, in February. I want a bit of sun on my back. Anyway, I know you. Your idea of a holiday would be a long weekend in Blackpool, doing a round of all the summer shows. The only way I'd get you anywhere near a beach would be if somebody told you one of the donkeys could sing. I want to get the chance to wear this, which I'll get in Morocco. I wonder if they have topless beaches.
You wouldn't.
Well, I might, if everybody else was doing it.
You're just trying to wind me up, aren't you? Eh? All right. All right. Consider me fully wound. Just one more turn and I might start making twanging noises.
Later, Tiger, later. I'll bet Stella's packed her bikini.
Stella, flaming Rigby, loose in Morocco. She'll have fellas in nightshirts round her like flies round a flaming jam pot. And they'll not go hungry now.
Are you trying to make out that Stella's an nymphomaniac?
Well, I'm not saying she's a fully paid up member, but she certainly helps them out when they're short-handed. Look, why don't we try for a break at Easter?
Oh, that's you, isn't it? Maybe, sometimes, never. Mind you, you've had a little break, haven't you? That trip to Germany.
Oh, God, I knew we'd get back to that eventually. That trip was work.
So you said. But you wouldn't take me with you, would you? Oh, no. One of us has got to stop behind and look after the pub, you said. That's why I don't believe you will ever take me away on holiday with you. And all the shilly-shallying you've done this past week just goes to prove it. So if I have to go away without you, I'm going now.
Right. All right. I've tried being reasonable with you. Now, I'm telling you, you are not going to Morocco. If it was Mavis you were going with, I'd not be bothered. Mavis wouldn't be out clubbing it till all hours. Mavis wouldn't be after anything in trousers.
Meaning I would?
Not you, Stella Rigby. She's man-mad, you know. She drinks like a fish. Oh, I know what Stella Rigby wants out of holiday. I'll tell you now, it's not lying on the beach, because it's not a beach she likes lying on. And it will not be the sun she's soaking up, neither.
Well, Alec, if you feel that strongly about it, there's only one thing I can do. I shall have to ring Stella and tell her I can't come away on holiday with her because my husband thinks she'll lead me astray.
Oh. Wait a minute, Bet. Bet, you can't do that. You can't tell Stella Rigby what I've been saying about her. She'll have me for slander. She'll be on to Newton and Ridley in a flash complaining about me. And if she speaks to Cecil Newton, because, quite frankly, I think she's done a bit there. You know.
Well, if you won't let me go with her, Alec, I'll have to tell her why. If you've forbidden me to go, she's got a right to know what it's all about.
Forbid? Forbid? Well, what do you mean forbid? I've just said I'm not happy about it, that's all.
Oh. And there was I thinking I had my orders.
No, not at all. Oh, and while we're on the subject, stop telling customers out there that I've said you can't go. They'll think I don't trust you.
Well, do you, don't you?
Of course I do.
Good.
It's just knowing you with that randy baggage.
Look, when you were in Germany, you were with the British Army. They're even randier than Stella Rigby.
That's debatable. Yes, I know. All right, I'll take your point.
Look, Alec, you should know me by now. I do what I want to do, not what somebody else wants me to do.
I know. It's just that I'll miss you, that's all.
Well, you just have to think up a nice way of saying, welcome home.
I already have.
Oh, aye, what's that?
Well, I'll give you a clue. It's exactly the same way I'm going to say have a nice time.
What are you suggesting?
Come on. I think Chloe can cope on her own.
So Bet was off on the road to Morocco. But what she hadn't told Alec was that she was worrying about something that would mean a lot to both of them. When she got back from her holiday, she had her fears confirmed and had to face Alec with the news.
No parties.
Oh, love it. Gloria's poorly, so I'm standing in for her.
Thanks, yeah.
Tell you what, Betty, I'm not letting my wife go to Morocco if that's what they come back looking like.
Right. Now, before you say anything, I better tell you, I've already phoned Stella Rigby earlier on. I wasn't prying, I was just wanting to make a few plans for tonight, a meal out and so on. I was told you weren't there and never had been. Now, I'm not checking up on you or anything, Bet, but I do feel I need some sort of explanation. Come on. What's going on? What is it?
Sit down.
Huh? Why?
I've got some news.
News? Bad news? It must be bad news. What is it?
I've been to the doctor's.
Doctors?
That's where I went this afternoon, when I told you I was going to Stella's.
What is it?
Well, I've already been once, the day before I went on holiday. Because I knew things were, well, not right.
What do you mean, not right?
Well, she took some tests. It could have been all sorts. Time of life, out.
And today, you've got the results of those tests, have you? And? Look, Bet, for God's sake, whatever it is, tell me.
You're going to be a daddy. I'm having a baby, Alec. The tests have confirmed it. No question. We are having a baby.
Hey, you know what time it is?
Late.
Well, it's only gone 9:30, that's all.
Yeah, well, we overslept, Betty. I mean, it happens.
Yeah. Oh, it's all right for some.
I just didn't hear the alarm, Betty, love.
I don't need an alarm, love. I wake every morning at 7 without fail.
Some of us are only human.
You what?
Nothing.
Oh, well, I suppose I better make a start.
If you would.
Well, somebody better.
Oh, God. I've got a thumping great headache.
So have I. Give me one of them. Oh, God, what a night.
You can say that again. When I eventually did get to sleep, I dreamt I would died and woke up in a cold sweat.
I kept telling myself I were asleep and everything were a dream.
It wasn't, was it?
No. I'm in the pudding club, Alec, definitely.
Oh, God.
Oh, I wish you'd stop sighing.
Well, I'm sorry. Look, talking about tablets, pills.
Where about them?
Well, I take it you haven't been taking it. The pill.
Have I eckers like I never dreamt for a minute?
Yeah, I see.
Oh, you're not trying to put the blame on me, are you?
No.
Did it ever occur to you I'd get preggers?
Well, it's not a word I've exactly conjured with, no.
Well, then. Oh, my God.
No sighing.
Well, I mean, a flipping baby at our time of life.
I mean, must it be a baby?
What are you talking about?
Well, I mean, couldn't it have been somewhat older?
Oh, you must be joking.
No, God, no, I think it's hysteria, actually, that's set in.
You don't know the first thing about them, do you? Babies.
Oh, do you?
I've had one. I can just about remember what he looked like. Only just.
I can't even claim that. I didn't even see my own daughter. Well, my wife was only 3 months gone when she ran off with that footballer.
We're a pair, aren't we?
Yeah. Still, I mean, it might not even have been mine. Well, I'm assuming this one definitely is.
What?
I say I'm assuming he or she is mine, or a flaming sheik.
A sheik's?
Well, they have just been to Morocco.
I never even saw a flaming sheik in Morocco. They were all either camel drivers or carpet salesmen. Any danger I was in was from randy English husbands. Oh, it's yours all right, Alec, no question.
All right, I'm just making sure.
What are we going to do?
God, I don't know. One thing's for sure, we're going to be the subjects of a lot of rough and ready humour.
I can stand that, love, can you?
I think so. And you pushing a pram down Rosamond Street's going to take a bit of getting used to.
It'll turn my life upside down. 9 months of turning pear-shaped. Worrying myself sick, it'll be all right. That's just for starters, even before it's born.
I mean, you are sure, are you? I mean, 100% that, that you are.
I'm in the club, Alec. You're going to be a father. You might as well get used to the idea.
Well, I am trying, Bet, but I mean, it's a hell of a shock. I mean, it's not easy.
It's not easy for me either. How many of them are you taking?
Oh, God, you see, I don't even know what the hell I'm doing, do I?
Anyway, where is everybody?
It's a very good question. Jack's got one of his hide-and-seek moods on, and the landlord and landlady haven't made an appearance yet.
I went very fat in the face last time. I had at least 3 chins.
Oh, for God's sake, don't start getting morbid about it already, Bet.
Well, it might be already to you. My body's been changing for 10 weeks now.
10 weeks? How can you be that precise?
Because my little short, fat, hairy-legged friend, I think I can remember precisely when it happened.
When?
Do you remember that night when we went to the Little Gem Club? There was a full moon. You kept leaping about, saying that you felt immortal. I thought it was the half bottle of brandy you'd sucked, but no, it must have been the sap rising.
A Little Gem Club. I remember that. We were a night and a half with that. So it must be mine.
Yes, love.
Yes.
When you stop grinning like a melon, are we going to keep the happy event to ourselves, or are you going to throw a party at the Piccadilly and announce it there?
Oh, no, let's just keep it to ourselves. I mean, for as long as it's practical.
You are embarrassed about it, then?
No, it's just the longer we keep it to ourselves, the fewer the opportunities for the likes of Jack Duckworth to smirk and make nappy jokes. Oh, God, it's going to undermine me image and me authority as this lot, It'll be even worse when I pull my hanky out of my pocket and a couple of flaming rusks fall out.
You're not going to change shape in sympathy you're out, Although I believe it's not unheard of for the father to have morning sickness as well.
Really? I did feel a bit liverish this morning.
Oh. There you have it.
Yeah.
Oh, is this a late breakfast or an early lunch?
How are we feeling? A bit peckish, Betty. Buy your hot pot's on top form today.
Yeah, just as well, ain't it? Because nobody else has been pulling the weight today.
I said I was sorry for going up late.
Yeah, but you've done that since you got up, have you? Neither has he. Look, we're short of small change, love.
10 quid's worth of silver over there.
Oh, right. Ta. Enjoy your dinner.
Betty. I'm eating for 2.
What did you say?
I meant family way, love.
You?
Well, don't look so flipping gobsmacked. Yeah, me.
I don't believe
It's true. Medical science has confirmed it.
When?
Well, I'm 2 months gone, so it's sometime in October.
I don't know what to say, love. I mean, I'm pleased.
Ah, more shell-shocked.
Well, you will be. I mean, how about him?
Grumpy? Oh, well, he's wandering about bemused, as you've obviously noticed.
Still, a baby.
It's a miracle, more like.
Well, congratulations, lovey. No, I mean that. From my heart, lovey.
Thanks, Betty, love. Will you keep it to yourself for now?
Yeah, of course I will. Eat as much of that hot pot as you want, lovey. Oh, you're a bit of a dark horse, aren't you?
Eh?
Daddy?
What the hell's going on?
What?
You've told Betty.
Oh, well, I had to tell somebody, Alec. I mean, I was bursting. Betty won't blab.
You know what she called me?
What?
Daddy.
Well, yeah.
You know, I've had a lot of dreams, Bet. Some of them fulfilled, most of them not.
Marrying me were.
Yeah. Yeah, it were. Mind you, I never dreamt of having kids. I mean, they're a sort of alien species to me. I mean, not quite human till they've turned 21.
They can be a great joy, Alec. Take my word for it.
I suppose so. And mind you, I mean, if it's a boy, I mean, he'll continue the line, won't he? Another Alec Gilroy in the world.
Yeah.
And I mean, and of course, not everybody can manage it, you know.
Oh, that's very true.
Oh, it is, it's
It
true.
is true.
Yeah. You know something? I think I'm warming to this idea.
Well, I'm glad to hear it. Because I definitely am, love.
Daddy.
Daddy.
Bloody incredible.
Alec eventually got used to the idea of being a daddy and started making plans for the happy event. And as happens, the daddy became even more keen on the idea than the mummy, setting up the nursery, choosing the wallpaper and measuring up for the furniture. Life hadn't always been kind to Bet and Alec, and although their hopes were high, this was to be no exception. The only comfort was that this time they had each other to help ease the pain.
Good evening, Betty.
Good evening.
Has anybody ever told you that you look like a duchess?
What are you giving him, ginseng?
He's just very happy, Betty, like what I am. Allow me.
What? Oh, thank you.
Are these too drunk, Betty?
I'll tell you when you're 21.
Tiger. See you, Molly.
Right, my love, I'm off.
Bye, Betty. Have you seen Alec?
Well, last thing he was heading upstairs with a tape measure.
Tape measure.
That's what it looked like to me, yeah. See you tomorrow, Doc.
Bye, Betty.
Ta, love.
Bet!
I'm here, love.
Bet, I've just been having a look at that spare room.
Oh, yeah, still there, is it?
Well, there are 1 or 2 bad damp spots.
And have been for years, love. In fact, rumour has it, one of them's been there that long, there's a preservation order out on it.
Look, it's not a joke. I mean, it won't do, will it?
Won't do through.
Well, for the baby, you can't go putting a new baby in a damp room, love.
I suppose you can't, no.
Oh, no. Are you all right?
No, I'm not, Alec. All right, if you want to know.
Oh, what's the matter?
I've got pain.
Pain? Where?
Here.
How long have you had that?
Oh, about half an hour.
Well, why the hell didn't you say so?
Well, I thought it'd go away, but it hasn't, has it?
Right, come on.
Where are we going?
Well, to lie down for starters.
Hey, love, it's probably only wind.
Well, it might be that, but I mean, it could well. Right, come on, love. Now then, just hang on while I get this sorted out. There you are now. Come on, let's have you on here. There you go. Is that better?
Yeah, thanks.
So, how is it now?
Still there.
Is it any worse?
If anything, I think it is, Alec.
Right.
Alec, don't go.
Dr. Lockwood, please. Well, of course it's urgent, love. I'd not be bothering her if it wasn't, would I?
Is all this really necessary? I don't think it's as bad now.
Simply a precaution, Mrs. Gilroy, that's all.
Doctor. That is right, isn't it? I mean, it is just a precaution.
Don't worry, Mr. Gilroy. Talk to me again when we've had a proper look at her. How is she?
Oh, do I know. Look, do us a favour, Glo. Ring Betty Turpin, will you? Ask her if she can come in tonight.
Yeah.
Only I don't know how long I'm going to be up there.
Yeah. Oh, and Alec, it could still just be a false alarm, you know.
I'll see you later on.
Alec? Alec, how is she?
She's all right.
Oh, Alec, I am sorry.
Me too, love. Asleep?
No.
Bed. You should be in bed, you know.
I've told you. I don't want to go to bed.
Yes, but you should be resting. I mean, you've got to go careful.
And it's too late for going careful.
You know, I didn't realise. I didn't think it had hit me as hard as it has. I mean, when you said you were expecting, well, I can't pretend I was overjoyed.
No?
Well, not at first. But it grew on me.
I know.
And now? Don't take no notice of me, love. As long as you're all right. That's what really matters.
Oh, I'm right enough, love.
Well, then.
Anyway, you'd have looked a right herb at pushing a pram.
Aye, you're right, I suppose, now you mention it.
We'd have spoiled it rotten, you know. They always do.
Old parents.
Hey, not so much of your old.
Well, we're old for bringing kids up. Anyway, what sort of life would it have had round here? Growing up in a backstreet pub. I wanted it, you know. I wanted it right from the first minute I knew I'd caught. Still, you don't always get what you want, do you? So that's that.
I got what I wanted when I got you. And shall I tell you something else? I wouldn't swap places with any man in England. Not for a gold clock.
You are a little love. Right then.
Right. Ah, careful. Come. There you go. Now then, I'll tell you what. I'll bring you a hot drink up when you get in bed.
I'm not going to bed.
Eh?
We've got a pub to open in 5 minutes. That's what we do, me and you, kid. We run a pub. Let's get on with it, eh?
Somehow, they managed to pick up the pieces again and get on with running the Rovers' return. 4 years or so later, they did get the opportunity to look after a child, well, a teenager, in fact. Her name was Vicky, and she was Alec's granddaughter. Let me explain. Alec's first marriage to Joyce had ended 20-odd years ago, and he hadn't seen his daughter Sandra since then. Recently, he'd found her again. She was now married with a daughter of her own. One day, Sandra rang Alec with some sad news. She told him that her mother, Alec's first wife Joyce, had died suddenly. But an even greater shock was in store for Alec. On the way to the funeral, Sandra and her husband Tim were both killed in a car crash, leaving their daughter Vicky on her own. Vicky moved into the Rovers' return, but it wasn't easy for Vicky and Alec to come to terms with their loss.
The state of this place is like a flaming midden. Not gone 2 minutes and Duckworth wants sacking, you know, leaving a bar in this mess. Oh, I'm sorry, love. I thought you were bet.
She's gone into town. Could I take an orange juice?
Aye, take what you like. It's all on the house.
Is there anything I could do to help?
No. We pay for that. Except it backfires from time to time.
Is that Jack?
Yes, he's got his faults, but he can still surprise you.
You talk about him as if he was a pet dog. What?
It's just the way you smiled then. Just like your mother when she was a girl.
I think I'll go and finish my book. I've only got a few pages left.
I miss her, you know. Your mum. I miss her too. Obviously not in the same way as you do, but I have cried, you know. You mustn't hold back, love. You mustn't. It's not good for her. It's not good at all.
I want them back.
Yes, I know, love. I know, we all do.
I thought you'd gone shopping.
Oh, no, just some fresh air.
Where's Alec? He's in the back with Victoria. She didn't look too good from what little I saw of her.
Really?
They talked about you. After
I'd found her again, you mean?
I think there were things she'd like to have said to you.
Oh?
She said something one morning at breakfast. I remember that because it took Dad by surprise. She said you always acted as if you make her feel uncomfortable. That made her feel uncomfortable and she wished you wouldn't.
She said that, did she?
I wake up in the night, seeing her there. Seeing Dad.
No, that That's good, though. That's good. I mean, memories like that are worth the weight in gold. I keep going over the time when she was born. What I felt like holding her in my arms for the first time. My daughter. And then again, the day we met after all them years. And there's... The future's something else, love. Facing up to what we're left with. That's the challenge, Vicky, for both of us. But I think we've got enough good memories between us to make that a little bit more bearable, don't you think?
Sorry.
Oh, no. No, it's all right, love. I think we're getting it sorted. We're heading in the right direction.
And this looks past its best and all.
I expect Mum would have taken me to be kitted out before now. We used to do it in the summer vac.
Yeah, well... What do you say we pop into town today? I expect you'll need underwear a lot. And you're the one who'll know where to buy it.
Yes, but it's not cheap.
Nor should it be, love. Your granddad wouldn't want to see you in out cheap, would you, Alec?
What's that, love?
I'm just saying, you wouldn't want Vicky to go back to school looking like a tramp.
I should say not.
It's just that she's grown out of this lot.
Oh, well, get some more then.
Yes, but there's a lot I need, Grandad.
Listen, don't you start worrying your head about that. You just make us a list and we'll see that you get it.
I thought we'd nip into Manchester today, if that's all right with you, love.
Oh, absolutely. Good idea. Hey, pick a new one of these up and know while you're at it. It looks like it's in better days.
No, that doesn't matter. They have them at school. I can just borrow one when I need to.
I'm not having a granddaughter of mine borrowing anything when we can afford to buy it. Let's get another one, bet, will you?
Roger Wilco and Al.
Oh, thanks, Grandad. You're smashing.
Ah, well, that's what we're here for, isn't it? Eh? Don't know what kind of fish you catch with this, but I'll bet they'll be big ones. Eh?
I'll take some of these upstairs while you're brewing up.
Brewing up. I say she's learning quick, isn't she?
Yes, well, don't encourage her. I shouldn't think there'll be many where she's going who brew up.
I see you've had a good time.
We've spent a lot of money.
I can see that. But there wasn't much change out of 10 quid for this.
That was £5, 1p short of 50 quid.
What?
44.99. We could have got one for 35, but you did say to get the best.
Yes, I know I did, but... Are you sure it's the best?
Well, I mean, it ought to be at that price.
I think we'd finish them off, wouldn't you?
All in all, we spent just over 400 quid.
400 quid?
It would have been more, but for Vicky.
How do you mean?
Well, after we got the new blazer, she had me out and about the department stores.
Well, why the departments? I thought you'd got all these in one shop.
If you take out a mortgage to pay for it, her words, not mine. And a grey skirt is a grey skirt, wherever you get it from.
Well, anyway, as long as she's happy.
I think she's inherited a bit of the old Gilroy thrift as far as money's concerned.
Aye, and quite right, too. Huh? Quite right, too.
Alec?
Hello, love.
What are you doing out here? I wonder where you were.
I'd just come out for a quiet smoke.
You had me worried.
Yeah, well, as you can see, there's nothing wrong, so you can get back in if you like.
I wasn't born yesterday, you know.
What's that supposed to mean? What are you doing?
I know what's wrong. It's Vicky, isn't it? You don't want her to go back to school.
Yeah. Yes, you're right. I don't.
It's the right thing to do, love.
I know it's the right thing. It's just that I'm gonna miss her.
I know, love. But she'll be back for the holidays.
Yeah. I don't know. It's just that time's more precious by the day, isn't it?
And you'd like to spend as much of it with her as you can.
Yeah.
You've
got to let her go.
I know. Something like that.
Well, you stay out here, Tiger. I'll see to a pub.
I'll be in a minute.
It's a dreadful business, but you may rest assured that I shall keep a more than usually watchful eye on Victoria in the months ahead.
Well, thank you. Yes, we appreciate that.
More coffee, Mrs. Gilroy.
Oh, no, thanks. I better not. Coffee always goes right through me.
You'll be wanting the doings, you know, the necessary Victoria's school fees.
Oh, yes. I'm afraid that's something nobody can afford to forget these days.
Oh, my word, no, you're quite right. And should there be any extras that she needs, you know, there's no need to get in touch, you know. I mean, she's to have whatever you think. Though, mind you, if you want to get in touch with me, if she's upset or anything, please give me a tinkle. I can be on the motorway in 10 minutes. The business practically runs itself these days.
That reminds me, I was very struck by your address. The Rover's Return. I take it that's a
public house, love, yes.
Hotel. Hotel come hostelry. £2,800, I think you said, Dr. Carr.
Yes, if you'd make it payable to the school.
I will indeed. Yes, a hotel come hostelry. Yes, but our food has quite a reputation amongst the discerning. Isn't that right, Bet?
What? Best hot pot in town. And that's saying something up our way. I mean, up there, we wean 'em on hot pot. That cheque you give her for the fees, I hope there's enough in your account to cover that.
Aye, just about.
Oh, Alec, it's a lot of money. 2,800 a term, 3 terms a year. I mean, that's nearly 9,000 quid. Before you start forking out for gear and rest of stuff.
Yeah, but it's not us that's paying it. It's coming out of the estate.
It could be ages before that comes through.
I'll ring a solicitor then and see if he can't get some sort of interim payment. If not, I mean, we're just going to have to wait, aren't we?
Oh, let me feed. Are you hungry, love? I could shove a couple of hot pots in the microwave.
Don't talk to me about hot pots. I've said enough about hot pots today, you have. Fancy talking about hot pots in front of Dr. Carr.
What were wrong with that?
What's wrong with it? What sort of impression do you think we've given her? She'll think we're running a backstreet alehouse.
We are. And don't you dare start talking about giving impressions to me. I could have told you she wasn't a medical doctor.
Yeah, well, they've no right to call themselves doctors if they're not proper doctors.
Oh, give over. If she hadn't put you straight, you'd have had a sound in your chest before you'd done.
Seriously, though, I mean, what do you reckon she thought of us?
Well, I'd say she thought. Hellfire. Got a right pair here. Fat little fella, thinks he's a bloke of the world.
Fat?
And his lady wife looks like a barmaid who's married Gaffer.
Well, if that's what she thought, she's a flaming good judge.
With Vicky off at boarding school, life could get back to normal. But normal for Alec was always a bit strange to everyone else, particularly to Bet. When Alec met one of his old showbiz cronies, Harry Norton, he was persuaded to take one of Harry's clients as an attraction at the Rovers. When Bet discovered this, she was less than pleased.
Yeah. Well, it beats me, I tell you.
What's that, love?
I mean, I'm in that kitchen making up food.
Yeah.
And it's meant to be like an operating theatre, all the down-on's like a ton of bricks.
Yeah.
I took it through there, where they're going to eat it, and there's really great spiders roaming round, but that's all right.
There's what?
Spiders. Well, only one, all right, but it's as big as top of your head.
No, Jim, come on now.
It does not eat meat and potato pie.
It doesn't drink your ale either, Alex. What's that spider, this?
Oh.
What's they gawping at?
Oh, you're back. How did your shopping go? What have you bought?
Never mind what I've bought. What's all this about?
No.
What are they gawping at?
Well, yes, it is fascinating, isn't it?
So, she's not been pulling my leg. You've got a spider.
It's in a vivarium.
I don't care if it's in a 3-piece suit and spats. It's not stopping here.
But it's harmless.
Might be harmless, certainly not legless, boss. I say.
Be quiet, you. I turned my back for 5 minutes.
Look, it's an object of fascination.
Who palmed you off with it?
Nobody palmed me off.
Who?
Well, Harry Norton.
Oh, my God. Tell me. Is it just the spider? And be straight with me.
Just a spider.
Why? I suppose that's something. There's no snakes?
No.
Anywhere? Anywhere at all? Anywhere even near this pub?
No, it's just a spider. But it's fascinating. Come and have a look at it.
No, thank you.
You've not seen it?
Is it a big, hairy one?
Why?
Well, then I've no interest.
Oh, come on.
It's waving its horrible bits.
Alec, I won't shut of it.
It's gone, boss. We've looped.
How do you mean it's gone? How can it have gone? What did it do? Spontaneously combust?
It escaped, Alec. Must have been last night, when Jacko kept lifting the lid off to scare the women customers, pretending to be macho.
You did what? Look, well, it wasn't me. I mean, how could he get out then? I'd have seen it, wouldn't I? Oh, so what did he do? Did he lift the lid, crawl out, put the lid back on again? Yeah, daft-looking balm cake. I've got a pub to open in 10 minutes and you've let a deadly spider run loose.
Deadly? Is it deadly?
He never said out about that.
Hang on, hang on. Before hysteria sets in, first off, it is not deadly.
Oh. How do you know?
Do you honestly think I'd let Alec loose with a deadly spider and duck egg around? Even I could have predicted this, only a certain person wouldn't listen.
Well, how did I know he were going
And
to let it?
secondly, there's no point in us all standing about here slagging each other off. What we've got to do is find it.
Oh.
Look with your eyes.
Well, I'm not looking for no spider.
So aren't we opening up then?
Are you mad? Of course we're opening up.
Yeah, but why a punter spot setting panics?
Well, tell them to take more water with it. I'm not closing my pub for no insect.
Well, we can't look and serve at the same time.
Yeah, and I'm not looking.
No, no. While those ladies put on a front, we'll let the two clever clogs who dropped us in it go spider hunting.
Well, hey, I can't go looking for it. I've got my VAT to do. You can look for it. You were the one that pestered it to leave home.
I am not looking for it, not on my own.
Hey, I thought you said it were harmless.
Yeah.
It only eats mice, Jack.
So now we'll find out, won't we, Jacko? Whether you're a man or a mouse.
Anyway, I was wondering if you caught that spider yet.
Oh, you'll have to ask Alec about that.
Have we not got these doors open yet? How are we going to sell ale to customers if we don't let them in?
Good point, boss.
Have you caught that spider yet, Mr. Gilroy?
A spider? Oh, yes. Yes, it's been disposed of.
Oh.
Hey, has it?
So it says.
Morning.
Morning.
How are you?
Hello.
Morning, Liz.
So, where were it?
It was in the yard. Now, look, can we just forget all about spiders? I don't want any more talk about spiders.
What, you've caught it, have you?
Yes.
And is it dead or alive?
Dead! Dead! How many more times do I have to say it?
Oh, well, that's a relief.
Hey, boss, what did it die of?
How do I know what it died of? Is it important? Should I have notified the authorities? Had a post-mortem done on it?
No, I just wondered if it had caught that mouse, you know.
Oh, aye. What about Mouse?
Mouse? Mouse is dead as well.
Oh, mouse as well, eh?
Yes, they were both outside, lying next to each other, dead.
Happened they'd had a fight, eh?
I don't know what they'd had, Jack. I don't care what they'd had. Now, can we forget all about mice and spiders and get on with running this pub?
Oh, well, that's good.
Yes, it is, isn't it?
Well, it means I can move back in.
Oh, yes.
At least here, folks don't go calling me a bimbo.
Oh, my God.
Who's that?
It's the health inspector. Smile. Ah, hello, good afternoon. How nice to see you again. Social visit, is it? Can I tempt you to a beverage?
No to both, thanks all the same. It's the kitchen I'm here for. No need for you to join me. I know where to go.
What are you smirking at?
Nothing.
You know, sometimes I think I'm in hell.
Can I stop smiling now?
Gap in the ceiling, do you see?
Aha.
Little bits of food drop down there. They attract flies, spiders, silverfish, you name it. I mean, a property of this age, it's got livestock built into the woodwork.
Yes, I'll have it seen to.
Well, I should, because if there's any sign of infestation, I'll have no choice but to shut you down immediately.
Yes, quite right, of course. Yes.
But in general, you're on the right lines. I mean, the tiling's of a good standard, the oven's fine now, and you've got a good washable floor surface. What's the matter?
Nothing.
Though do be aware of how the dirt builds up. Do you see?
Oh, yeah.
Needs cleaning every day. I mean, it might look okay, but the build-up's imperceptible. Got that?
Yes, I have.
Particularly the corners and edges, a microscopic build-up of dirt, and you're looking for trouble. I mean, you can start with insects and you end up with vermin. Got that?
Definitely.
Now, you must impress on your kitchen staff the need at all times to wear a hat.
Yeah, I will, yes. Is that all?
No, the oven needs regular cleaning. Ah, you see, already there's a build-up. Set aside a day a week for cleaning it.
Yes, I will.
And of course, if I find any more cigarette ends in here, I'll have to take action. Do you understand?
What sort of action?
Try me and find out. What is wrong with you?
It's just a spasm, you know. I get them.
What? Back problem?
Yeah.
Oh, my sympathies. Nothing worse. Now, I've been through the regulations involving fresh and cooked meats with your cook.
Good.
But I've been keeping my eye on you. You never know when I'm going to be in the area. Is that understood?
Oh, yes, understood. Emphatically understood.
I should get that seen to.
I will. It's silly to let it drag on, isn't it?
I'll see myself out.
Yeah.
It's gone then. Oh my God, what's that?
Well, it was either a Mexican mouse-eating spider or it's 500 quid down the sink. Take your pick.
After that experience, Alec was glad of the opportunity to get away. He travelled to Southampton to discuss the cruise he'd organised the previous Christmas with the shipping line, hoping to be engaged to manage another one. When he got back, the news he had for Bet was even more exciting.
Got your breath back, have you?
Yeah. Takes it out of you travelling, doesn't it?
It does. So, what did they have to say to you in Southampton?
Oh, well, they talked about the cruise I did, last year.
Yeah.
And I think they were impressed. Well, in fact, I know they were. They said as much.
But they didn't offer you another?
No, they asked me for ideas, what I thought went down well, what didn't, how I'd alter things if I had a free hand, so I told them all of that, and they seemed impressed with that and all.
Well, you must be pleased with yourself.
Yeah, and then there was a fellow there called Matthews. Well, he was in overall charge of entertainment. I spent quite a time talking to him.
Yeah.
Turns out he's leaving.
Oh.
Yeah. So anyway, at the end of all that, they offered me his job.
What, you mean?
Yeah, in charge of entertainment. All of it. Every step. Planning programmes, booking the artists. No, this is for every ship, though. Every ship and every cruise, all the year round.
Wow.
Yeah, I couldn't believe it. I mean, I'll be honest with you, I just could not believe it.
I mean, how could you do it? On top of everything here?
Well, no.
Oh, well. What a shame.
But I could do it. I mean, we could do it. If we gave up the Rovers. Gave up everything here and moved to Southampton. I mean, of course, I told them that I had to talk to you about it, that I couldn't commit myself without talking to you. But, I mean, they want me, Bet. I mean, they really do. And, I mean, let's face it, just picture it. No more worrying about VAT inspectors and public health inspectors, Betty's hot pot, Jack's bad back. No more clearing up after folk, emptying their ashtrays, washing their glasses. I mean, it'd be a better life, wouldn't it, for all of us? For me, for you, and for Vicky. It's a shock, isn't it? Yeah, I know. I mean, I can understand that. I mean, it was a shock for me, too. But, I mean, there it is. I mean, the offer's on the table. All we've got to do is say yes, and we'll be heading for a new life for all of us.
Now then, Alec, how did the trip go then?
Oh, hello. Highly satisfactory.
Hey, it was a long way there and back in one day, wasn't it?
Oh, yes, but worth it. Shall we tell these good people, eh? No point in keeping it secret any longer, is there?
No, what secret?
Well, in a couple of weeks' time, you'll be having a new landlord here.
Is this straight? You're jacking it in?
Yeah, moving on to better things.
You're really leaving there?
Well, yes, we are.
You'll be missed, Mrs. Gilroy.
Indeed you will.
Thanks. I'll miss you lot.
You both definitely going then, Beth?
Oh, yes, yes, in a couple of weeks' time. There'll be a new name over that door. Mind you, you can put up a commemorative plaque if you like. Gilroy was here.
Well, how does that leave me? I mean, a new landlord coming in.
Oh, you'll be all right. Attractive young barmaids are very much in demand.
We did it then, Bet. We finally talked you into it.
Hey, come on, let's have it right. Bet knows her own mind, and she knows when she's onto a good thing. Oh, no, it's the best move we'll ever make.
Well, it's the end of an era. I can't really believe you mean it.
It's 2.34, please, Mr. Rollins.
Oh, no, put your money away, Alf. Have that on me. Oh, to hell with it, Raquel. Go round and see what everybody wants. Drinks are on me.
Heck, I think he really does mean it.
Oh, Bet, there you are. Am I glad to see you? You do know we're off tonight, don't you?
Let's go into the back.
What?
Into the back.
Just a second. Jack, will you take over here? It's 2 pints and a packet of cheese and onion.
Right, boss.
Hey, you do know we've got to get everything packed up yet?
I know.
Well, then. I don't know where you've been, but don't you think you'd have been better employed if
I've
you'd...
been to the brewery to see that Richard Wilmore who's taken over running the pub side.
See him about what?
I told you I didn't want to go, Alec. I'm sorry. I wish I did. I wish to God I did, but...
Yes, but we've had all this, haven't we? I know you're not altogether happy, but what's this got to do with the brewery?
I went to ask if I could stop on here.
Stop on?
As manager.
Oh, come on, Bet. For goodness sake.
And this Richard Wilmore, he said yes. He says I can.
No.
Yeah, he did, Alec. So I'm sorry. I'm not going with you. I can't. I just can't.
He said you could stop on here as...
Here.
This is the truth, is it?
Gospel.
Well, you've surprised me there. I don't mind admitting. Surprised them, I expect. You actually went down there?
Yeah. Ring him if you don't believe me.
No. I believe you.
I'm sorry.
It's blackmail. That's what this is. You're hoping I'll say, all right, I'm not going. That's what this is all about, isn't it?
Well, I'll not deny it.
No, well, it won't work, because I am going, Bet. Even if I have to go on with...
Hey! You're not going yet, are you?
No, just...
I will be watching in case you try sneaking out.
You're all up?
Yes.
Even if I have to go on my own, which you don't think I would, do you? You think if you say you're not going, then I can't go either?
No.
Well, I hope not, because if you do, you'll be in for a shock.
Alec, I know you'll go on your own. What I'm telling you is, you're going to have to go on your own.
You're going to play this game right to the bitter end, aren't you? Well, go on. Play it.
So where's Alec and Bet? They're cutting it very fine, aren't they?
Hey, I don't know. Have you seen how Tom and Betty look?
Well, the packing, I mean, when you think of what they've had to do.
Hey, it's a typical trick of Alex, this, isn't it? Eh? Keep us round the bar, standing drinking as long as he can.
Can't you go and get them, Betty? I mean, tell them we're ready, even if they're not. Yeah, I mean, if they're not careful, we'll be leaving before they do.
Give me a minute, love.
Has anybody not signed this card?
You didn't have to take this job. We were all right.
Oh, no. No, don't give me any of that. You agreed to that. I consulted you on that, and you said yes.
I said yes because you gave me no choice.
No choice.
You didn't, Alec.
Why? Because you're frightened of me? Because you're frightened to speak your mind?
I didn't speak my mind because I could see how much it meant to you.
Yeah. Well, it still means the same. And we're still going. We are going. And if you choose not to come, then let's have one thing clear at least. You choose not to come, and it'll be you walking out on me.
No, Alec!
Yes! I'll be the one leaving, but it'll be you walking out on me, walking out on our marriage, And I'll never forgive you for that, Bet. Never. So just know what it is you're going to do. Don't pretend this is about jobs or where we live, because it isn't. It's about our marriage and whether you're standing by me or whether you're walking out.
Excuse me, they're wondering when you're coming through.
When we're ready, Betty. So, what's it going to be?
I've already said.
You're walking out on me.
No! What's the use?
Where are you going?
Well, at least we can put a stop to that pantomime out there.
Bet.
I'm not going.
What? What she said. She's not going. Right, well, I am.
Alec, don't. I don't want you to go.
When they ask you what happened, tell them the truth, won't you? It's not me that's walked out on you. It's you, Bet. It's you that's let me down.
Well, Bet stayed on at the Rovers' return, and Alec started a new life in Southampton. We wish them both well, and I'm sure that we've not seen the last of Alec Gilroy. I hope you enjoyed this special edition of the Coronation Street Time Life videos, and I look forward to you joining me again when I next take a look at one of the special people who live in Coronation Street. Goodbye.